According to Xbox Insider Special Ed, Crytek is currently working on a new Ryse game which was in development as of July 2020. There is reason to believe this, as Crytek was unfortunately hacked in late 2020, and in some of the leaked documents several upcoming projects were listed, with a sequel to Ryse Son of Rome being one of them. Interestingly, this time around the game may release as a multi-platform title rather than being exclusive to Xbox. This is all the information we have for now, but hopefully we will hear more at E3 this year. Potentially we could see this game dropping day and date on Xbox Game Pass, but still allow other gaming platforms to have access to the game. Did you play the first Ryse game? If so, what were your thoughts? Leave your thoughts down in the comments below. Following complaints around the less than convenient way it was granting access to the Resident Evil Village demo, Capcom is extending its final demo event by a week. Capcom had initially planned to run its final demo event, which this time will be open to players on Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, Steam and Stadia, as well as PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 for 24 hours. However, it has now increased this to 7 days. As previously announced, players will have the opportunity to dip into both the village area and castle area of the game, accessible individually in earlier demos for a total of 60 minutes, starting at 1 AM on Sunday the 2nd of May. Now though, interested parties can play any time until 1 AM on the 10th of May, which means the demo will run past the initial full launch, which should make it considerably easier for everybody to get involved. Insert Coin Clothing is your one-stop shop for all your gaming apparel needs, whether that's t-shirts, hoodies, hats or whatever. So if you'd like to get your hands on some of the merch that you may have seen featured on the podcast, head over to insertcoin.com and use promo code XboxTavern20 for 20% off for a limited time. Link will be in the description below. With Microsoft's acquisition of Bethesda's parent company ZeniMax now officially set in stone, there's quite a bit of exclusive content for anyone with Xbox Game Pass to look forward to. Bethesda has quite a few big games in the work, and of course the biggest of these is probably Starfield. People have been looking forward to the sci-fi RPG for a while now, and it seems as it might arrive in the not too distant future. In the recent podcast on Xbox 2, and Xbox Insider Rand Althor said Microsoft and Bethesda are trying their hardest to get Starfield out by the holidays this year. He added that the game's development is essentially done and Bethesda are currently in the process of polishing the game. Meanwhile, he also stated that Starfield will without a doubt be an Xbox console exclusive, which shouldn't surprise people at this point because, as stated previously, it is a Microsoft owned property. In his quote he said, "I've been told by very reliable people that Starfield was 100% an Xbox exclusive. I've even made bets about it, and I don't bet unless I know I'm willing to bet. So I'm really confident that Starfield is only releasing on Xbox when it does, and I've been told as well that Microsoft is trying their hardest to get the game out for this holiday. They really want Starfield out for Christmas." The game's basically finished, it's in bug squashing mode right now, very much like Halo Infinite, and it would be a big boon for Game Pass and Xbox if both Halo and Starfield could launch this fall. This isn't the first time we've heard similar reports about Starfield. The game's allegedly been targeting a late 2021 launch for some time now, and recently it was also reported that Microsoft intend to unveil the game in full at E3 and then launch later this year, similar to what Bethesda did when Fallout 4 dropped. The Farm 51 has announced that sci-fi survival horror RPG Chernobylite will be released in July. Chernobylite is a sci-fi survival horror RPG that mixes free exploration of a disturbing world with challenging combat, crafting and non-linear storytelling. It is set 30 years after the Chernobyl catastrophe, and pollution is increasing due to the unexpected activity of dangerous substances. The terrible thing on top of a terrible thing has produced, as a result of the explosion, a substance called Chernobylite. The game includes beautiful and horrifyingly accurate 3D scanned recreation of the Chernobyl exclusion zone, the ability to collaborate and compete with other stalkers in the zone, face and survive supernatural and natural threats, and immerse yourself in a thrilling, non-linear, story-based game. that is all from myself, folks. I will be back again at the same time next Wednesday. If you like what you hear, please like this video and subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you all next week.